Mark Evans, aka Endou Mamoru, or Endou Mamoru, or who knows, is the main character of Inazuma 11. But is he a good character? Let's do this. TXM style. What's up everyone and welcome to a character review. Ooh. No one else does content like TXM. Who's out here doing character reviews? Basically, I'm going to take an Inazuma 11 character, maybe it'll be like other characters from other things down the road, and I'm going to be analysing what makes them really something, what makes them really stand out. Going to be analysing their special moves, their personality, how they compare to other characters, and other character comparisons in all of media. We're going to be going analysing mode. But first of all, let's take a look at Mark Evans, or Endou Mamoru. I already did this joke. I'm going to be referring to him as Mark Evans because I feel like that'll make people shout to me the least, because I won't be pronouncing it wrong, unless of course you hate the English dub, in which case that's fair. But silence yourselves for 1 second. Stop writing that hate comment, because it's time to talk actual formal like. Is Mark Evans a good character? I hear you shout. Yes. Mark Evans is the protagonist of the first 3 seasons of Inazuma 11, and he is very much a protagonist. Honestly, I do really like Mark. I think he is possibly the best version of this protagonist they could have done, because what they did was they chose to do the really typical anime shonen protagonist, I guess is the right term, where they were like, power of friendship, he befriends everyone he meets, everyone thinks he's a really swell guy. For instance, like Naruto is the main comparison I can think of. Everyone who meets Naruto goes, what's up Naruto, you're pretty fire-like. Or at least they start hating him and then they go like, whoa Naruto, can I be your best friend please? And that's essentially Mark Evans. And the reason this works is because we genuinely see and believe how passionate Mark is about football. The reason for me why some of the other protagonists falter is because their love of football feels forced and cringy. For instance, football is crying is a line that no matter how many times I hear, I don't believe. And feels like the writers wrote this to, I don't know, prank us. We see how much he trains, how passionate he is about it, the fact he tried to form a football club literally by himself. Everything Mark does to do with football makes us believe that this guy loves football. And that's so important for making this protagonist, whose whole job is convincing other people to love football, to make him good and compelling. Because he loves football, and that's important. It's very important, because definitely done the wrong way. Arian, Sonny Wright. This protagonist archetype could be seen as very irritating, very cringy, and basically not be liked at all. But Mark kind of surpasses that, because despite being constantly talking about friendship and how much he loves everyone, he's never irritating. With Naruto, it did sometimes feel like people were hyping Naruto up a bit much. With Mark, it never does feel like that, because you believe this guy's so passionate and so rousing. He's a captain, for God's sake. Of course he's going to be giving inspirational speeches. Everything he does feels justified, if you know what I mean. Like his speeches, his friendship speeches will always feel justified because he is the bloody captain of the team. And he didn't receive that captaincy because he's bad at football, and because, he's just a pretty swell guy like Arian, Sonny Wright. No. He's sick at football. And that's a really cool transition to talk about his special moves. But first of all, I want to talk about something else really, really quick, and that's that also the other reason Mark works is because we see him at rock bottom. And it's not like a forced rock bottom like his bloody mother died. No. The rock bottom is simply that he wasn't a good enough friend. How do you make a character whose entire thing is being people's friend and being inspirational and being a swell, bloody guy, and how do you take him to rock bottom? Well, I'll tell you how. You have his friend leave him. Genius! The first friend who was like, yo, I want to be in your football club, screw running, and then he's like, no, I don't want to be in your football club anymore. And then Mark's like, whoa. Take a second. That's devastating. It is devastating, Mark. It's absolutely devastating. And Mark, like, goes and cries or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, he cries for an episode, basically. But that episode is one of my favorite episodes of the entirety of Inazuma 11 because it paints a picture. We see Mark at his lowest, and so we connect to Mark more. We want Mark to succeed more because we've seen him down. We've seen him sad. He's not constantly smiling through everything. No, Mark has actual human reactions to things. That's why he works as a character, and also why that episode's probably the best in Inazuma 11 for me, because you see this character. It's a character study. Inazuma 11 does character studies. Bloody hell, who would have expected that? This character's sad. You see his actual human reaction to a friend leaving him. Is the reaction maybe bordering on a bit much? Possibly. But we know Mark kind of defines himself by his relationships. His relationships to football. Obviously, that's kind of his whole personality. But also, because of that, he kind of has to define himself by his relationships to other people. To his teammates. He's the captain of the bloody team. If people are not wanting to play football and people are wanting to go away and be scared, that's kind of on him, at least how he sees it. That's kind of on him. And that's really, really, really relatable. People leaving you, I think, is one of the most universal fears. And so when we see that come true for Mark, you understand why he's so sad. He's the captain, for God's sake. He's supposed to be the person who brings people back, not the person who kind of just lets them leave. But anyway, that's enough talking about Mark being depressed. Let's talk about special moves. And Mark does have some really good ones. Mark has a lot of them. He has a lot of them. Bloody hell. I'm just going purely off memory for this, because if I don't remember all of Mark's special moves, I'm probably a terrible fan. God Hand is iconic. It's really bloody iconic. Like, genuinely, I can't stress how iconic it is. And it is simple enough, and it works quite well. Fireball Knuckle is also pretty cool. Weird that he does it like more than he does God Hand, but I guess sure, why not. Other thing I love about God Hand is how powerful the first season makes it look. It's not till like Triangle Z or something where a shot just breaks the God Hand. You know, Emperor number 2 does, but it's kind of like meant to be like it kind of, I guess, pranked its way because of the penguins. Triangle Z just breaks right through that, and that's a massive moment. Obviously, March in the Hand, really big. Really cool. I think March in the Hand might be my favourite Mark move, just because of how cool it is. But I also really like Dimensional Hand. I think it's a really neat spin. Yeah, because it's like spin, ball spin. Does the ball spin? Let's say the ball spins. I fear the ball probably spins. But Dimensional Hand is really cool because it's unique. It's really unique, and it's something Mark comes up with by himself, which we see as another big personality trait of Mark. Is his reliance on his granddad, his reliance on the past and on that family connection. That's how he defines himself. That's how he comes up with his special moves, is simply by looking to see what his granddad did, because everyone says his granddad's amazing, so in order for him to be amazing, surely he just has to copy his granddad. And so when, ironically, his granddad tells him to become more unique and come up with his own special move, he comes up with Dimensional Hand, something unique with a spin on it, and something's really, really, really cool. And then God Catch is like big and bird. I like it. The only move I don't really like is Fist of Justice. It's a punching move, which is a bit, I mean, it's fine, but like, it just kind of feels a bit weird. I never really liked how he has to like lift his leg up and stuff, and it's just, I don't know. It doesn't really land for me. I also never understood how that's more powerful than March in the Hand. I think, I don't know, I'm not quite sold on it. What I do really like though is God Hand V, the move Mark uses in the Go games as an adult. I really like that one. I think that's a really cool progression of God Hand, and it shows not only Mark going back to his roots, but at the same time Mark adding his own spin on his roots, yet again furthering the whole Mark becoming his own person, becoming unique type angle. And then Ares Orion happens. I love Fujin Rajan, I think that's awesome. Same with Fujin Rajan Ghost. The diamond moves, there's a lot of them. Yeah, for sure. And then they start to get a bit weird. I don't like Super God Hand. I don't really care about God Hand of Friendship. Boo. I guess it kind of works with Mark's personality, but at the same time, it starts to feel forced having a move literally called God Hand of Friendship. Or whatever the hell it's called, I don't know. I haven't seen the Orient finale, who knows? With that being said, though, Megaton Head is also really, really cool. I love the whole idea of taking Mark out of the goal. Mark kind of defines himself as the goalie, and so to throw that up is, again, a really cool plot point. Make him a defender, show someone's better than him in goal. It's just awesome. It just adds so much. I love it. And in the anime, it makes perfect sense. Mark's constantly running forward to do the moves. Maybe Mark has an ego complex. Maybe that's what it is, because he's always involving himself in these moves. Like these big shooting moves. Mark, you're a goalie, mate. Stay in goal. Maybe he does. Maybe he's like a narcissist. There's so many layers to this character. But yeah, in conclusion, Mark Evans is a really sick character. He's possibly one of the most human Inazuma 11 characters, which is weird because you'd expect someone with such a massive friendship boner to not be at all and come across as really ingenuine, but he does because of a couple different plot points they throw in. It's especially the sad episode, I can't remember the name of, unfortunately, but especially the episode where Mark gets sad and cries a lot. I think that one really makes him feel human. Take a shot every time I say makes Mark feel human, or Mark is human, or say the word human. But genuinely, I love Mark Evans. I kind of convinced myself a lot more that I love Mark Evans more than I did at the start of making this video, so I guess that's a good thing. But yeah, he's definitely better than Naruto. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Bye.